special edition.
Special edition. Special edition.
Why don't you tell them what it is, Mia?
Oh yeah, I guess it should be me. So, we, in today's video, are going to be going over...
Snapping for the entire duration. Dee-doo. Dee-doo. Dee-doo.
She keeps mowing Shonda in her okay. No, we're going to be going over our top 20 songs led by women.
Yes.
So, you know, the qualifications, things like, you know, we're not really doing duets. We're doing, you know, female vocal full-time. You know, the females should kind of be a force in the band and not just guest person brought in for a song or two. And, yeah.
Yeah, why don't you start us off?
My number 20 is Cannonball by the Breeders. So, Kim Deal is awesome, and so are the Breeders, and so are the Pixies, but right now we're concentrating on the Breeders. This is just a really good song, start to finish. It's
deep.
Really?
I agree.
Just, you know, every piece of the song is worth listening to, is my point. There's not a skippable moment in it. And it's just kind of this interesting, unusual, unique sound to it, I guess. And,
yeah, every instrument playing a great role.
Every instrument, yeah, vocal, guitar, bass, all the way down. And, I think it's just a really well-written song. And, always gotta get a shout-out to Kim Deal if I can, you know.
My number 20 is Borrowing Time by Amy Mann. Just kind of like, it's kind of like catchy in like a forlorn kind of way.
Yeah.
It's got a trombone solo.
Got a trombone solo.
Just like, her voice is fantastic. Like a lot of things by her. That's the top one that made my list.
Oh, yeah, certainly. She's a great songwriter.
Yeah.
So, yeah, all sorts of great things to say about Amy Mann as well.
Yeah, she's the man.
What? With double N's.
Yep.
Number 19, then. So it's been interesting because I think a lot of these songs are a little less rocky, perhaps, than my top 100. Because, you know, the fact of the matter is I think women are kind of jumping around the genres a lot and doing some good things in all of them. Yeah, like so. So here we've got a purely dramatic. This is called Worst Pies in London. It's from a musical called Sweeney Todd, and I'm going with the Angela Lansbury version. I think she was the one to sort of originate the role of Mrs. Lovett. So Mrs. Lovett, I mean, this is her introduction song.
The detective?
No, what?
Isn't that the famous detective Angela Lansbury?
Detective?
In like the Agatha Christie. I don't know.
No,
maybe
she's
I'm
an
insane. All right,
No, she's an actress that's been around a very long time. I'm not even sure who you're thinking of.
I don't know.
Who are you thinking of? Can anyone tell me?
I'll Google it while you continue talking about them.
All right, maybe there's another Lansbury I forgot about. So yeah. Angela Lansbury is the person. Sweeney Todd, yes, this is her intro. And,
okay, she played the lead of Murder, She Wrote, is what I'm thinking of.
Okay, yeah.
So you'd start in the
she's a great actress
thing.
as well, you know, and she's also a fantastic, you know, Broadway performer. And this song, it's written by Sondheim, obviously, you know, and he's a classic writer, but she's the one that really brings it life, and just this ornery...
Or death.
Watch the musical and find out who dies. But she's this ornery, middle-aged, very British woman, very Cockney, and just going on about, oh, these pies are terrible, you know, and I've tried everything to make them. And one of my favorite lines in it, after she's gone on about, oh, you know, this other pie shop, but found out she put cats in her pies, you know, this other person, and something along the, well, you can only blame them, just thought of it's enough to make you sick, and I'm telling you, them pussy cats is quick. So, not for lack of trying did she not put cats in her pies. So it's a very funny song, well performed, and Angela Lansbury is awesome. So, watch Sweeney Todd. The movie's fine too. Helena Bonham Carter does fine. I love her though. All right, go on.
All right, my number 19. Actually, in retrospect, All right, I'm gonna change my number 19 because I remembered that yeah, she is a member of them. So okay, yeah, my number 19. I wrote down "This Tornado Loves You."
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually realizing that "Letter from an Occupant" would
She is
probably
about- yeah,
count
she's
as
right
that.
on it.
So let's call this "Letter from an Occupant."
Even
'cause
though it says this, you
yeah.
can't read, guys.
You can't read.
Go on, John, go on. You know, she's
so-
a straight up member. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's just like, and it'd probably even be higher on the list, but I'll just leave it there. That's just like amazing vocal performance by Nico Case, like just kind of like so great lyrics too.
Oh, yeah.
Just like how the hell have the 70s brought me?
Where have they brought you? Where have they brought you, Nico Case? Where have the 70s brought you? Can you answer that question? Are you watching this right now?
Pretty young, I guess. Like
She was like born in the 70s, yeah, or like close
Maybe?
to it, like
I don't know.
70s. She's like 30s, 40s, something like that, maybe 40s. She's awesome. That's the point.
yeah,
We had the pleasure of seeing her live. Well, you've seen her twice, but I saw her live with the
Yeah.
New Pornographers, and she is fantastic. Definitely, you know, all the women in the band are great, but like her voice is, you know, definitely sets her apart.
so much fire to it.
Yeah, and just like kind of that mournful yet fiery country tone, very twangy.
This Tornado Loves You, also great.
Yeah. All right. Number 18 is a classic. A little bit different from Nico Case, yeah. Cherry Bomb. She does have red hair. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't really resemble a cherry. But Cherry Bomb by the Runaways. So the Runaways to me were not only like, you know, your first female band, but they were like, you know, your first female band or, you know, first well-known female band that just had everyone in the band was very talented as well. So, and you had a few legends coming out of it. You know, you had Lita Ford on guitar. You had Joan Jett on rhythm guitar and some vocals. Sherry Curry on lead vocals. She went on to do a couple things as well. And this is sort of the song that sort of defines who they were. They had a very brief career, so, you know, there's not too many songs by all of them put together that, you know, could make the list even, because they have, like, 2 albums or something. And, but this one, you know, everyone's on fire. The riff is good, the vocals are very attitude-filled, and you really just, you know, if I can be any person in that band, that'd be great, you know, they're all so cool.
You're probably like, I don't know, would you say you're a better bassist than the bassist in the band?
I've got no real idea. You know, for once I never really paid attention to the bass. There's so much guitar and vocal going on. And the drummer is really good, actually. But, yeah.
Yeah. Alright, you can tell, with the supplement, you know, there's a little more, changing things as we go. You can tell, because this one already has a
Some
cross
crossing
off.
out, alright.
And we're going from, it was originally one very catchy 80s number, and now it's a different very catchy 80s number. This is Cruel Summer by Bananarama.
Oh, and it used to be Heaven is a Place on Earth by
Yes.
Belinda Carlisle. Both great songs.
Yeah. The Cruel Summer is just like, his vocals and the like vocal harmonies are great. The kind of like keyboard the like combination of the keyboards and the bass is fantastic.
Such a bouncy, sunny song. And not actually that happy. I guess,
and then kind of like haunting in a way. Like
yeah, like happy but haunting. It's a haunting kind of happiness. Hapting.
What's your number?
It's
17?
a happy ghost. All right.
Oh, it's it's like
Oh, it's got a bow on its
Pac-Man
head.
ghost
It's
right
got a bow
after
on
it
its head.
catches
Yeah.
Pac-Man.
It's Miss Pac-Man. All right. Miss Pac-Man Ghost. Okay. Number 17. I'm swapping genres again. We're going dancey now. This is Groove is in the Heart by Delight with 3 E's, and I think that's actually right.
All right, I don't like it already.
Oh, I see how it is. You have to hear it before you decide that. But this song is just like everything in like the 80s and 90s like dancey techno-ish stuff in the song. It's just like such fun instruments all the way around, and extremely catchy riff. I mean, well, you've never heard this, but yeah, it's a female.
I'm sure I have at some point.
You probably have, and well, I like it. Okay.
I know. I don't dislike it.
No.
I just don't like having 3 E's in their name.
Okay, yeah. So it's the 3 E's in their name that you have the issue with. So if you took out an E, or you know how many
Best
E's do you have
song
to
ever
take out?
written. Would be number 1 on my list if you took out an E.
But anyway, yeah, it's a hilariously fun song and a great vocalist. So and if you watch The Color, it's just like I have to watch the video. Watch the video. Watch The Color. It's just blindingly bright video. watch the video, it's just blindingly bright colors. Like, these people were just having all the fun in the world. And I just love that sort of aesthetic on occasion. Not all the occasion. We're getting pretty dark by number 16, even, so.
All right, speaking of dark, my number 17 is doing the opposite switch of your genre.
Oh.
I'm going from Cruel Summer to You're a Germ by Wolf Alice.
Oh, tad different.
So this is just like this starting quiet, building into just like pure fury, kind of like punk song, with her kind of starting you almost foreboding. Like, it's all about some like creepy dude and just starting us like almost like a kind of like foreshadowing type way, and then by the chorus she's just like yelling at the top of her lungs about what a shady fucker you are.
Yeah, dodgy fucker.
Dodgy fucker.
We should have censored this, I guess. Oh well. Who cares?
They're already marked not for children on YouTube.
Well, that just means we're not
Molesters?
Miffy the bunny or, you know, Barney the dinosaur. That's really all that.
We're not?
No, we're not. You didn't know we weren't Barney the dinosaur. What did you think our entire career was based on?
Alright, I've got to go call the costume shop. That has got to make sure I can still get a refund.
In the meantime, let's move on to my number 16. And that...
Okay, I can.
Good, that's great. That's Vial It by Hole. So Hole, I think, Hole as a whole, I think the band as a whole is kind of somewhat hit or miss for me in the discography. Man, this is a song good. And it's again, you have
so
to be...
angry and beautiful.
It's so angry
wonderful.
And beautiful and wonderful and angry and wonderful, and she's just shouting at the top of her lungs about how horrible everything is and how she got raped and it's not great, and wow, listen to me. But no, it's just a really important statement and just fantastic energy, and it was one of the few good things Courtney Love ever did, so.
Harsh words.
I'm you know.
I don't actually know anything.
Alright, fair enough.
Alright, my number 16 is The Wheel by PJ Harvey.
Oh yeah.
So this kind of like, she's more famous for the super distorted kind of stuff, like Down by the River or whatever.
The river and the water.
Water.
Watery river. There's a river with water in it.
This is kind of my favorite one of hers. It's like just this like repetitive like chants. Another very haunting one. I guess I like these kind of haunting
things,
vocals.
Yeah.
It's about... Is it like
some kind of
child
disaster
deaths or something? Yeah, like
whatever number she's saying is how
disappearing.
people are dying or disappearing or what have you.
And it just kind of like, it's almost going, not in a round because there aren't multiple vocal parts, but like the kind of thing of going around. Like it's just like...
Just kind of repetitive,
back to the
but
chorus.
hauntingly beautiful, yeah.
Speaking of haunting, what's your number 15? Very similar, right?
Oh yeah, it's You Make Loving Fun by Fleetwood Mac. No, I'm serious. It's You Make Loving Fun by Fleetwood Mac. I wasn't kidding. So Fleetwood Mac, I mean, first of all, quite a group. Second of all, I think a lot of people are going to rate Stevie Nicks higher. I was always a bigger fan of Christine McVie. I think, you know, she was, I mean, first of all, she was part of like the OGs, or what have you, of the band. You know, she was one of the founding members, and Stevie Nicks joined later. And, you know, so it was obviously, you know, more of a established fit. And I just love her style of songwriting. It's very, you know, it's very distinctive to her, and it's very, you know, she wrote some of the quicker ones in the discography.
What other ones did she write?
She wrote Don't Stop. That's a big one.
That's a good one, yeah.
There's a few, I don't actually know that much Fleetwood Mac off the top of my head, which is sort of a pain. I think Lindsey Buckingham wrote all the songs that I like best, but McVie's, you know, behind her. She was one of my favorite songwriters of the band, though. And, you know, she has a nice, you know, subdued vocal here. She's the one on keyboards.
Mm-hmm.
I think, you know, it's very distinctively Fleetwood Mac in a bouncy setting. So I like listening to this song. It makes me happy. And fun.
Alright, my number 15 will make you happy then, as long as you don't look up what it's about.
Oh, no.
It's Tattooed Love Boys by the Pretenders. And just, it's both, like, it's kind of great, like kind of melody riff and, like, energetic rhythm guitar, just great, like, bridge in the middle, and then Chrissy Hind kind of is very, you know, gritty is the word.
Gritty, definitely gritty.
Like vocal, gritty vocal performance that kind of I don't know. I think it says something that's like, you know, it's about her experience being like assaulted, and until I looked it up,
I didn't realize it either.
Yeah,
yes.
I assumed it was kind of like
she's finding
like a
her
sex
freedom
positivity
or something.
anthem. Yeah, like
and maybe that's sort of the point.
yeah.
And she wrote something really ingenious there, and dark and sad, but also sort of making a point.
Yeah.
I think she doesn't even wrap it up by saying, "Oh, you're another human interest case. You are that. That's all you are. You're a statistic now." So, you know, it sounds so happy.
I guess maybe it says something in my optimistic interpretation. I think originally when I heard the lyrics, I was thinking that like the third verse was the other perspective, was like like kind of getting revenge or something. But no, I don't think it is. I think it's just they also like
they also, you know, just strip the identity for a while. That sort of, it's a traumatic thing, to say the least.
Yeah,
and brave her to come out right about it.
Definitely.
So yeah, number 14 is completely not to be.
Is our list the equivalent of one of those like movies or whatever where the women are only there to like to be like attacked and give the male protagonist something to.
I hope not.
No,
maybe we just like. I think we just like women who like are brave and write about dark stuff. Yeah. How's that? Does that work?
I'll go with that.
I'll go with that. But number 14. I'm trying to. I can't do the The winner takes it all.
Were you trying to be Chuck or Saul?
I was trying to do Saul, whatever the really off-key version. Yeah, Better Call Saul. Watch it. But I swear that's not what made me pick this song. So ABBA obviously are half female, half male, and majority of the time you got the females on vocals. And this one has an interesting backstory. It was actually written by one of the guys, but it was sung by his former wife, and he had actually written it inspired by their divorce. And so it wasn't necessarily like, it was a mutually respectful thing, and you know, they had talked about it with her, but it was just sort of, it's fictional, but like drawn on the emotion, and so it's like, yeah, I'll sing this, I can get into it then.
Who's the winner in this scenario? I didn't read the lyrics super close. Is it like...
It's just basically, you know... The winner, as in, like, you broke my heart, or there is no winner. I think a big part of this statement is journalists. They're, you know, making up rumors about them, and, you know, sort of like, the winner, who is the winner right now, or whatever, you know, the winner takes it all, loser has to fall, but who really, you know, why should I complain, sort of a deal. And so it's just the way things go. It's sort of life didn't work out, and they, you know, remained in the band for forever, and it wasn't anything that was destroying them, but this song came out of it, but the structure of the song itself, it starts off, you know, very much a ballad with a really, really beautiful vocal, and then it kind of becomes a sort of dance number with everyone on harmony, and so just the way it builds up throughout just makes this, I mean, ABBA were a much better band than people give them credit for. They had this really distinctive pop sound, and it kind of gave birth to a lot of that disco-y, dancey stuff over here, and especially the Europop. They were like the Europop people.
I'm fine, like, never hearing Dancing Queen again in my life, but I certainly acknowledge they have a good amount of talent.
That I'll hear anything but Dancing Queen for the rest of my life by then, pretty much.
Even Take a Chance on Me.
I'm kind of sick of that one.
Yeah.
But that on hits, how's that? Except for that one. That one's great. All right, go on.
All right, my number 4, one genre that you definitely often think of as kind of stereotypically male is like prog.
Yeah.
Like, but here is just a like kind of prog epic, which is Bird Balloons by Lady Lamb. It's not a prog epic in terms of like lengthy solos or whatever.
Yeah, just like all these complex parts.
It goes through like 20 or 30 different parts in like a 6-minute long song, and it's like just fantastic. Like a lot of different moods, from kind of like, you know, like a little bit of the hauntingness from earlier to just kind of like, like just all varying levels of intensity. Like there's some beauty, then it's like fury, and then just kind of great epic.
Some pieces of it remind you of like a really, if the Fratellis were like really intense.
Huh.
That's a really weird comparison, but and like not funny, and you know.
So if
But
they
you
were
know
just
what I-
like, completely different and
No,
not,
but, like,
and
the
not
sound of,
Scottish
like-
and
Okay, you know what? Maybe a bad way to go about that. 13 is another one of those classic female punky rocky sort of groups. Blondie. It's One Way or Another. So, I mean, let's start off with that riff. Man, that was a nice, chunky, distorted. You know, it's sort of that new wave jump that I've grown to like a lot, and that nice attitude by Debbie Harry, of course, is kind of the centerpiece of the band. She sort of brings that sort of nya to it, you know the nya.
Oh yeah.
Kind of snarl against people sort of a deal. And I think it's about, speaking of people who like to write about dark things in a song, I think this is about a stalker of hers. So once again, it sounds really jumpy, and I think I'm beginning to realize female artists have a real knack for like making something catchy but thought-provoking, and so while you're listening to it, like, this is a jam, but also what? So maybe that's just a thing that they do. I mean, that's not like exclusive
She's certainly
to them.
like very good at getting into that stalker's head, like.
Yeah, like
and
it is some
like,
dark
she
stuff
does a
going
good
on.
job of like actively sounding creepy.
She does. I think that's the point. And it's sort of sad that they have to be the ones to sort of bring that to the forefront, isn't it? But yeah.
All right, my 13 much
once again.
some more tonal whiplash is Less Talk More Rock, spelled with 2 K's by Freeze Pop.
With 2 K's.
This is
With 2 K's.
a song I heard from Guitar Hero, and it's like just a song about someone who's like out at a house party, and they love the music and they love the dancing, and it's got just like one of the happiest synth riffs of all time.
Oh yeah.
And it's just like a lot of fun and a lot of great energy.
Oh yeah. And I just love how the vocal is just like a complete opposite of whatever let's get this party started. Yo. But I think that's the point.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like it's kind of like they're trying to have this minor air of like ironic detachment over the vocals,
but it's like
but
not
then
really
like the riff is like no,
joy.
they're into it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. All right, number 12, maybe smack dab in between the two in terms of tonal lick-wet.
Yeah.
I would say is Gloria by Patti Smith. So obviously Gloria itself is a song by them, but she, not only like, it's not really a cover, it's just an interpolation, which I like a lot better than the original personally. But she builds on it, and she makes it into not only a song about, lesbian love, which was pretty taboo at the time, but just a song about generally being an outsider, and Jesus died for somebody's sins but not mine might be one of the greatest lines in rock, so it's sort of, you don't include me, the societal outsider, when you were thinking of, Christianity and institutions in general. You're leaving us out of this, and that's all right, because we're just going to move on, sort of a deal, and just deliver with some just fury that is just fantastic, great artist. A better artist than I gave her credit for at the very beginning, because when you just listen to it, and you're, a teenager and still getting through things, it's not really, or a teenager with my teenage self, it's not really, like, hitting you quite as hard yet, but, like, after you've been through a few things, look, some Patti Smith,
What a wide range of influences, too.
Yeah.
Saw her last year, and she covered, everything from, like, The Beds Are Burning.
And she was amazing,
Yeah, amazing performance.
We were talking, I was half scared she was going to come out and just recite a bunch of poetry, and I'm like, all right, I got to get out of here, but, no, she was amazing.
No, yeah. After the Gold Rush, and then, a lot of great originals. I think she closed with Gloria, right?
She closed with Gloria, yep. So, yeah, there's a lot to her, that's for sure. What a figure.
Yeah.
And I mean, in rock, not necessarily, as in physical. I don't know.
What?
I don't know.
My
I just
number 12
figure.
is Echo Beach by Martha and the Muffins. Best
Martha
band
and the
name
Muffins.
on the list. Yes.
I like muffins.
It's just like great 80s song. It's got this little like not jangly. What's the word for the guitar? Like the
like semi-jangly, like
yeah,
clean
like
jangly.
Clean jangly.
Yeah.
It's got like a saxophone solo. It's like
all the way around.
A perfect pop song. And yeah, just I don't know.
I don't know either.
11.
All right, we're dipping genres again. We're now on Motown Soul, because this is Think by Aretha Franklin. So when you hear the name Aretha Franklin, you're often thinking about Respect or Natural Woman. Those are both fine songs as well, but this one is just... This is like peak I am arguing with you and have had enough of your bull beep. And she did great vocals, and not only done then, but very famously done in the movie The Blues Brothers. You know, she's 20 years older and still rocking it. And she acts in it too, and she's actually great. And so it just kind of... And my mom covered this song, so obviously it has a, you know, very closeness to me. And, yeah, just one of the finest singers we had ever, and I think she always deserves a shout out, and that song is probably my favorite of hers. 11.
Same era, but more of a Motown song. I'm going with Really Saying Something by the Velvets, which is just, every element of that song is fantastic. It's got like that piano riff, it's got kind of like, it like, you know, it's only like 2.5 minutes long, gets to the point. It's got the like little sax solo, it's got those great like, all those vocals, like,
great era for getting to the point, that's for sure.
Yeah, like the chorus is great, the verses are great. It's a fantastic song.
Oh yeah. And we'll be back with part 2 soon enough, won't we? We'll just have to see when.
Very soon.
Wednesday!